Welcome back in a real way. Yo, today's topic is mind your business, right? And I learned this. Actually, I learned it early in the game. My mom used to always tell me to mind my business when I was young. However, it echoed truer. Young boys out here playing football. It echoed truer in when I was in a work environment. And matter of fact, we'll go this way. We were having one of those compliance meetings about like what's appropriate in the workplace and things of that nature. And it's like, Billy and Johnny were at the what is it called? Like at the vending machine, having an inappropriate conversation, and it was overheard by, some other co-worker, and that co-worker took the information to human resources and got Billy and Johnny, or whoever I previously stated, in trouble for what they were talking about. And the presenter of the information, hey, they stopped the video and they turned to us, the employees who were in the seminar, and they say, well, what did Billy and Johnny do wrong? And of course you got the typical, well, they were talking about such and such and such and such at the workplace, and what could they have done, what should they have done in order to remedy the situation. And come up with the typical, oh, they could have did this, they could have did that. And I always presented, well, the other person could have minded their business too. And as funny as it sounds, and I know as taboo as it may be, the presenter, the facilitator of the seminar was like, you're right. Like that is a valid point. That person could have minded their business. Like regardless of how loud or inappropriate the topic was between those two people, it was between those two people. And that third person could have easily been an actual adult and just minded their business. And nobody would be in trouble. Nobody would have their job threatened. Then they would present another situation. And same thing. What could they have done to avoid this? What could this person have done to do this? And I'm like, yo, all things being real, this could have been remedied by that person minding their business too. So it just goes to show, like, you gotta take offense. You know what I mean? Like, they have that phrase, take offense for a reason. Like, you don't have to receive it. You don't have to accept it. Things can occur, and they can just be things. You don't have to inject yourself into them and accept harm or any perceived harm. Even when people do want to harm you, you don't have to accept it. As crazy as that sounds. I tell people all the time, like, I don't take many things personally. Even the things I probably should. It's simply because if I don't want it, why should I accept it? Who's walking around looking to be hurt? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. But let's go further. We can add it to the relationship sphere, because people tend to believe that once you become intimately involved with somebody, that y'all somehow become some morphed individual thing, and you don't. You're a person, they're a person, and then y'all have the relationship, which is another entity, which has to be fed and built and nurtured and maintained and protected, you know. At the same time, there are things that are private between you, for you. There are things that are private for your spouse or your mate. And then there are things that are private in regard to you both. You know? You don't automatically become a owner of this person, nor their privacy. Privacy and secrecy are two different things. Privacy is information that belongs to only one person. Secrecy is information that belongs to you both. So, an example would be, y'all agreed to be in a monogamous relationship. One of you breaches that contract and is leading, you know, another life outward. Now, to a person on the street, that's your private information. They don't have shit to do with you having another, you know, person on the side. However, to the person you're in a relationship with, that's a secret. You understand? So you could be messing with somebody on the side and find out their next door neighbor is somebody you work with. Their next door neighbor needs to mind their fucking business because that's private. You understand? Hey, little guy. That's private. They have no reason to divulge any information to anybody because that's not their business. Now you should be divulging information to your spouse because now you're withholding information that affects not only yourself but them as well. That's secrecy. That's different. Make any sense? Privacy and secrecy. Like a person's phone is their private information. You go on your spouse's phone, you should have been minding your fucking business. You find some shit that hurts your feelings, that's on you. Now should they, you know, be entertaining shit that's harmful to your relationship? Of course not. However, that device is theirs. They can do whatever it is they want with that. So you breached your contract. You breached the contract by invading their privacy, even if they were using their privacy to harbor secrecy. Two wrongs don't make it right, you know? And that's the same thing about that seminar that I was talking about earlier. Those two people having a conversation, no matter how inappropriate that conversation may be or may have been, you know, it doesn't make it right for a third party to interject and be officious in a conversation that has nothing to do with them. You dig? So just because those two over there are talking about something that might be a little bit off color doesn't mean you have to be immoral as well. If anything, you should be exhibiting a higher standard of moral by minding your motherfucking business. And there we have it, folks. 1.